Hey everyone, this is Todd Hazelton with MobileBurn.com, and today we're checking out the Motorola Devour with Moto Blur, a new smartphone on Verizon Wireless powered by Android. Here we'll start with the unboxing here. This is the box. Relatively small. Quick view of the form factor there. It's a sliding QWERTY. We'll get into that in a bit. And here you can see it says it comes with a 8GB micro SD card pre-installed, and the rest of what you'd expect with a phone, including the charger, etc. Let's get started. Here's the phone itself. Put that aside for a second. Right here you have the adapter for the wall. It's got a convenient USB port there, which means you can pull the plug out, put it into your computer if you need to. USB cable 2.0. Getting to know Moto Blur. This is a guide here on how to get set up with your account. Moto Blur pulls in your Facebook account, your Twitter account, and allows you to view all of your contacts in one place, and the status updates. Automatically adds them to your address book. So this will help you get set up with all of that. And it teaches you about the home screen there. There's 5 of them available. We'll get into that too. Tips, hints, and shortcuts. Looks like it's more focused around Android altogether and how the phone works, not so much Moto Blur. And also some of Verizon Wireless's offerings like VCast Music with Rhapsody. That's Verizon Wireless's music store for over-the-air downloads. VCast Video. A briefing on the Android market. So that's good to read. Information about radio frequency emissions and responsible driving. Interesting. There's recent news that more states may ban texting while driving, so make sure to read this one as well. And here's the product safety and warranty information manual. Alright, let's get to the meat of this and check out the phone itself. Now let's spend some time getting to know the Motorola Devour for Verizon Wireless. Right up front you have a 3.1 inch display here with an HVGA resolution. That's 480 by 320 pixels. Very big, great. Right below it you have a menu button, a home screen, and a return button. All very intuitive, and they're touch sensitive and they glow white. And when you touch them, they have a bit of a haptic feedback, so you know that the phone has registered your input. Right below the screen here, this is an optical pad. It's new. And it's found most recently on some of the newer BlackBerry models. But here, this is used for scrolling through menus and screens, and you sort of just wave your finger over it, and you can pan around a website. We'll get into that once I turn the phone on. Now, this is a sliding QWERTY form factor phone, which means it does have a full QWERTY keyboard. Keys do offer a good bounce back and travel. And the keys are better spaced than they were on the Droid. On the Droid they were sort of hugging each other and a little too close for comfort, but I do like this one so far. And as I slid the phone here, you can just really feel the sturdiness of the phone. It just feels like a rock. You know, it's built very sturdy. Metal hinges here, just very tight, and it's actually rather sharp along these edges. But I do like it. It feels like a rock in the hand. Moving around the phone here, you can see we have our micro USB charging port. This here is a unique battery cover. That's how it works. What you do is you put your fingers on the markers here and just slide right, and it pops open. And there you can see we have the battery, and then there's also a micro USB card right up here. That's an 8GB micro USB card, and the battery is a 1400 milliamp hours. We could pull it, so you have to unlock it here and sort of pull. Kind of cool. Shows you the sturdy build of the device. There's no flimsy back panel. Instead you have this rubber sidebar here. And just slide it back. So a little different, but definitely cool. On the back here you can see you have the Moto Blur logo. This is a 3.2 megapixel camera, I believe. Actually, I think it's a 3 megapixel camera. No flash though, and no autofocus. So you're not going to get the the type of pictures you would with the Motorola Droid. That has a 5 megapixel camera, which offers autofocus and an LED flash. Other side of the phone here, you have the volume buttons, up and down. Below that, that's the voice search key. So if you tap it, you can search, say call Todd. It'll automatically call that person from your address book, or play, playlist name, play country, and it'll start playing your country music playlist. It's pretty cool. Down here you have the camera quick launch key so that you can use the phone like so. Click that and launch the camera application. Here we're looking at the home screen of the device, and this is Moto Blur powered, so that means you have quick access to your social networks. Here you can see I have Twitter and my messages right here, and up top is my latest Twitter status. I say, "Woo, the Devourer has just arrived." And so what happens with Happenings is you can click one and it brings up that status update, and then you can flick through others. And if you want to view them in a quick list, click that top bar and it shows this is just my Twitter feed here, but you can also integrate Facebook so that this shows the the most recent Facebook update or the most recent Twitter update. Messages, that's your most recent messages, SMS. Up top there we have Twitter where you can update. Below, this is AccuWeather powered weather widget. Not so great weather here in New York, but a little nicer in Los Angeles. You can click on the bottom, change the forecast to hourly or back to weekly. Now Moto Blur also gives you 5 home screens to customize. So you have one there, one there. You can add widgets all you'd like. So you want to view our calendar, pop up there. So very useful. And again, this is Android 1.6, and that means we actually have Google Maps with navigation, but we'll step into that in just a bit. First we'll open the main menu. You can see the standard main menu. This is not the updated one on Android 2.1, which sort of has a 3D feed coming in through. There's a couple unique applications here provided by Verizon. For one, you have VCast Music with Rhapsody. Okay, so what this is, it's over-the-air music downloads. Most songs are $1.99, but you can also have a Rhapsody monthly plan, sync it up with your micro SD card, and have unlimited music for that one rate plan. And then, of course, if you stop playing the plan, you lose your music. But it's a neat store there. Also, we have VCast videos. This is good for just quick bites of videos on the go. They do have full TV shows, but they're usually split into about 5s, so you have 5 versions of one TV show. Here you go, this is 60 minutes. That's a 7th of 7th video of that episode. And of course it's free, that's with a $9.99 subscription price, however. So in order to take advantage of this, you'll have to add that onto your bill. So you might notice that as I'm going through the phone here, I'm using the screen a lot, but I could use this optical pad here. All I do is sort of wave my finger across it, and it recognizes what I'm doing. I do sort of wish there was a omnidirectional pad, however. But speaking of music, I did earlier download a clip. I'll show you from the home screen widget here. We can just launch music, songs. Get pretty solid speakers here. So here's the speakers. I was impressed. And it does have that multitasking where you can sort of let it do what you want, check your happenings while music is playing, and just pause it whenever you want. Alright, so we're back at the home screen now. I'll bring up my contact list. Neat thing about this is it'll actually pull in all of your contacts from Gmail or Twitter or Facebook all into one place, and you can see it has their picture next to them. and if you click a contact, it'll bring up, you know, whatever information is stored, whether it's an email address or a phone number. Very nice way to, you know, you don't have to add in all your contacts every time. It automatically pulls them in for you. I do like that. You can see on the bottom I have this blue light going. That means I've received a message. And I can see by pulling down this tab that I do have a new email in my email account. I have a neat little indicator light, not too, you know, intrusive. It's just hanging out there in the bottom. We'll bring up the web browser really quickly. Pretty speedy on 3G here, Verizon's 3G network, EVDO, Rev A. So right now I'm panning around the web page, you know, full HTML, but you could also use this trackpad here, as I was saying earlier, to move around a web page. Although I've definitely found it much easier just to swipe my finger across it like you would on an iPhone. There's one last feature here I wanted to show you, and that's the free maps with navigation. As I was saying earlier, the phone does come with Verizon Wireless navigation. That's $9.99 a month. Has a ton of great features like sharing your location with friends, navigating to popular you know, points of interest. But Android 1.6 does come with free Google Maps with navigation. It's a beta product. Right here I have our location here in New York City set to drive to Boston. Now if I click navigate, begins giving us the directions here. Now it's searching for GPS, and sometimes in New York City that can be a hard thing to grab onto. But here we have all the directions to Boston for free. And here we do have a route planned out for us already. And take us up the FDR. So actually a very cool feature that you can use for free if you're driving around instead of having to buy a personal navigation device. This is Todd Hazelton with Mobile Burn, and this is the Verizon Wireless Motorola Devour. A very solid, well-built device, and I look forward to bringing you my full review.